See, yesterday we have seen the magnetic moment of the electron, and also we have seen torque, the derivation we have done. So one more topic was remaining in that, that is after Bohr quantization we have derived L is equal to nh by 2 pi, then mu L is equal to ENH by 2me into 2 pi, means it will become ENH by 4me pi. So mu L is equal to ENH by 4 pi me, where me is the mass of the electron. Up to this much we have derived yesterday and we have stopped. So one more topic is there today. In this continuation of this, we have to see Bohr magneton. What is Bohr magneton? This we have to see. Actually this Bohr magneton, this is a scientist is there whose name was Niels Bohr. He has studied lot of in detail regarding the hydrogen atom, electron in the hydrogen atom, or he has studied in detail about the hydrogen atom. That we are going to study in the 12th chapter this year only. But now what the Niels Bohr has done, he has taken that if n is equal to 1, this equation will become what? Mu L is equal to EH upon 4 pi me. This is called as minimum value of magnetic dipole moment. What is it is called? Minimum value of magnetic dipole moment. When this will be minimum? When n is equal to 1. This relation is called Bohr magneton. Later on what is done? This equation will become, now if you'll see this, E. E means charge on electron. What is H? H means Planck's constant. E value we know. E is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. H is 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34. Then pi value we know, 3.14. What is me? Mass of electron is 9.11 into 10 to the power of minus 31. So if you substitute all these constant values in this, so mu L will become what? If you substitute E value of this, 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19, H is 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34 divided by 4 into 3.14 into me is 9.11 into 10 to the power of minus 31. So this value, if we simplify this, so Bohr magneton value will become 9.27 into 10 to the power of minus 24 ampere meter square. So this value is called as Bohr magneton value. So how we'll get this Bohr magneton value? By substituting the value of n in the magnetic dipole moment. N is equal to 1. N is equal to 1 means first orbit. N means n is equal to 1 means the electrons which are moving in the first orbit, that will be taken as Bohr magneton value. So this value will become 9.27 in 10 to the power minus 24 into a ampere meter square is called as what? Bohr magneton. Next is the gyromagnetic ratio. Gyromagnetic ratio. What is gyromagnetic ratio? Mu L divided by L. What is mu L? Magnetic dipole moment. Mu L is what? Magnetic dipole moment divided by L is what? Angular momentum. So this is called as the gyromagnetic ratio. So this is the complete. Yesterday what derivation we have started, so today this topic has been completed. So this is Bohr magneton and gyromagnetic ratio. So 4.10 is completed. So the next section we have to start today is 4.11. So in the 4.11 section we have to study about moving coil galvanometer. So in this case we will study about 4.11 as moving coil galvanometer. In case of 4.11 is moving coil galvanometer, that is called as MCG. MCG means moving coil galvanometer. Now how the scientists have found out all these things? Moving coil galvanometer, it is a device which it is used to detect small amount of current in the electric circuit. Now if you just revise all the topics of this particular chapter of moving charges and magnetism, first we have seen Oersted experiment, then we have seen the force, Lorentz force. After the Lorentz force we have studied about the Biot-Savart law. Then we have studied about the force on a charged particle when it is placed in an external magnetic field. Then we have seen Ampere circuital law, its application. After seeing this Ampere circuital law, then we have gone to the concept of torque, okay, and then magnetic dipole moment. So what we have seen in this, in all these topics, we have seen that when the current is allowed to pass through the rectangular coil, it will create the magnetic field. Okay, so when it is creating the magnetic field, and if that current carrying conductor is placed in an external magnetic field, there will be two type of forces acting on it that will create a torque. This we have seen in the previous topic 4.10 we have studied in the detail. Now on the basis of that same concept, now we have derived, the scientists have made the device that is called moving coil galvanometer. So moving coil galvanometer is what? It is a device used to detect or measure the small amount of current in the electric circuit. Okay, so what is the principle of moving coil galvanometer? When current carrying coil is placed in uniform magnetic field, it experiences a torque. हमने कल ही देखा था कि जब भी हम करंट कैरिंग कॉइल को एक्सटर्नल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में रखते हैं तो क्या होता है, उसमें टॉर्क क्रिएट होता है. अब ये जो टॉर्क क्रिएट हो रहा है, ये टॉर्क कितने अमाउंट में क्रिएट हो रहा है, हमने देखा कल कि इट विल नॉट हैव द कंप्लीट नेट फोर्स विल बी देयर. So net force will not allow the motion, but it will create the force in half direction. So on the basis of that, the galvanometer has been made. So now construction, I will just show this. Already it has been made. Here in this particular case, this is the north pole and this is the south pole. You see, this N indicates the north pole and S indicates the south pole. These are the two horseshoe magnet, and these are the coil, current carrying coil, rectangular coil, which are placed in a rectangular field. So in this particular case, just a minute. Pause. Now say these are the coils. This rectangular coil is placed at the center of the two magnets, and this coil is carrying the current. Okay, and to this particular coil a pointer is connected. When the pointer is connected, and to this pointer here scale is there. So here what is happening? To the soft iron core a coil is connected, rectangular coil. These are the number of turns of the coil. ये जो है ये वायर दिख रहा है, ये जो है ना वायर है. This wire, this coil will carry the current, and when the current is there, what will happen? Because of the current in the coil, it will create the magnetic field, and that magnetic field and this external magnetic field created by this north pole and the south pole. नॉर्थ पोल और साउथ पोल क्या करेगा? मैग्नेटिक फील्ड क्रिएट करेगा, और ये जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड क्रिएट करेगा, ये मैग्नेटिक फील्ड और कॉइल का मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ये दोनों एक दूसरे के ऊपर इफेक्ट होंगे, और इसके कारण क्या होगा? रेडियल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड क्रिएट हो जाएगा. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द कॉइल विल गिव द, ये जो कॉइल है ये किसके साथ कनेक्ट किया हुआ? पॉइंटर के साथ. तो पॉइंटर विल मूव ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड एंड इट विल मूव ऑन द right side on the scale. So this is the construction of the galvanometer. The concave pole will create the radial magnetic field. The soft iron cylinder is there, which will be consisting of the coils connected on it. Okay, and there will be a spring connected to this particular coil. Coil को क्या किया हुआ है? स्प्रिंग से कनेक्ट किया हुआ है. तो जैसे ही करंट इसमें से फ्लो होगा, टॉर्क क्रिएट होगा, तो ये जो पॉइंटर है इट विल मूव ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड. जितना लेफ्ट साइड में जाएगा उतना ही ऑन द राइट साइड इट विल मूव. एट द सेंटर देयर विल बी ए जीरो स्केल. सो दिस स्केल विल शो अस द पॉइंटिंग, means where the pointer is going. So we will try to, initially when no current is there, then the pointer will be showing in the deflection will be at the zero. But as soon as the current is allowed to flow, it will give the full scale deflection. So in the galvanometer there will be always a full scale deflection. So this is the construction of the galvanometer, and this galvanometer, what will happen? It will act as soon as current is allowed to pass through it. So this galvanometer will be used, and now we have to see the theory of this galvanometer. Clear हो गया? तो फिर से और एक बार देख लो. This will be carrying north pole and the south pole. Horseshoe magnet is there, and in between this magnet we will be keeping a coil, rectangular coil, number of turns of the coil, and to this particular coil a pointer is connected. The pointer is connected, and there will be pointer will be pointing with the scale. So because of this north pole and the south pole, this north pole south pole is important here because it will provide the uniform radial magnetic field. And in this particular coil there will be a spring connected. Spring इसमें दिखाया नहीं है, spring is inside that. So what the function of the spring is there? The function of the spring is that how much it will move on the left side, on the same it will move on the right side. So this will have the torque. So this is the construction of the moving coil galvanometer. And in the case of moving coil galvanometer, you have to just understand that this coil will be acted by two types of forces. One is the magnetic field created by the torque created by the current carrying coil. Another is the external magnetic field. Both the magnetic field will create a torque, and because of the torque, yesterday only we have seen there will be a half deflection. There will be deflection on the left side. How much deflection is there on the left side? Same deflection will be there on the right side. So this is the construction. In the second video we will see the theory of this.